slay them
whose possessors slay you. A possessor will kill you. A possessor will throw you into a mat and say you killed yourself. Like he did that to himself. He couldn't fit in that mat. What was the pool of blood on the ground for? Okay, why did he have bruises all over his body? Why did he have bruises all over his face?
Therefore, the law is slack.
The Bible says that the law is slack. The law here is slack. How do you know it's slack? Because we standing on stolen ground. And they still haven't been served justice. Where they was able to do whatever they wanted to them. They was able to cut off their hands.
Keep preaching the truth.
No, we gonna preach the truth. We need y'all to listen and be able to preach with us. But the problem is our people don't realize that we have enemies. Right here in Valdosta, hey brother, he can't hear me. But right here in Valdosta, you know what happened to our brother Kendrick Johnson. We know that our enemies do. What about you, brother? Do we care about what happened to our brother Kendrick Johnson, the way that he was murdered? If we cared, I don't care how long ago it happened.
Wake them up!
Nothing has changed. Okay, no justice has come to our brother. But our people just fall away. Why? Because they're not getting paid no more. Go ahead and read that again. We don't realize who our enemies is. We don't realize we have enemies. If we did, we will continue to fight for our people. We won't just give up and fall away like we have. Okay, what happened to the people that said I'm gonna raise up? No justice, no peace. When they fell off. Why? Because they really don't believe in their people. They really don't have that unity that they should have. Go ahead, read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore, shall thou serve thine enemies.
So the Bible said we're going to serve our enemies when we don't want to keep God's laws, right? Go ahead.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger,
read.
And in thirst, and in nakedness,
read.
And in want of all things. And he,
that damn enemy, that enemy, what he read earlier, whose possessors slay you, that enemy, when somebody possess you, they feel like they can do whatever they want to you. Whether sell you, okay, whether murder you, whether whip you, whether burn you. What happened to right here in Valdosta as well, Mary Turner. Y'all remember Mary Turner? Where they hung her when she was pregnant, and they cut the baby out of her, then they stomped on the baby. But our people stopped fighting. They stopped caring for their people. We're not going to do that. Who will rise up for God against the evildoers? We're seeing real men out here that's willing to put their lives on the line for their people. And that's what we're trying to build y'all up to do. That's why y'all need to know who y'all are. Go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Hold on. Come in to say it. Get a brother a water. You need a water? Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes before you go. Watch this. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon their neck. Who put a yoke of iron upon their neck? The white man. Again, only a person that, now go back to that Zechariah. That Zechariah chapter 11 verse 5. Only an enemy will do something like that to you. Because he feel like he possess you. When you possess something, you got a car, you can do whatever. You can put rims on it. You can drive it how you want. You can drive it into a ditch. That's how they feel about us. The Bible trying to show you who our enemies really is. And we got to realize that thing. Go ahead.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them.
Whose possessors slay you. A possessor will kill you. A possessor will throw you into a mat and say you killed yourself. When the evidence doesn't say that. But we'll just give up and stop fighting for our brother. No, we're not going to give up. We're going to continue to fight. We're going to keep on pushing until justice is served. Go ahead.
And hold themselves not guilty.
What did the enemies of Kendrick Johnson do? They did what?
Hold themselves not guilty.
The FBI, they held themselves not guilty. They threw away the case like it was nothing. Like he did that to himself. He couldn't fit in that mat. What was the pool of blood on the ground for? Okay, why did he have bruises all over his body? Why did he have bruises all over his face? We just going to neglect this evidence? Give me Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 4. We just going to neglect this evidence? What about you, brother? Are we going to are we tired of being murdered? Tired of being hung? Tired of being killed? Tired of being slain? Tired of getting our backs whooped? When are we going to grow tired of this and start to raise up together and fight together? come together in unity, old, young, black, Hispanic, which are the Israelites. Go ahead, read that.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 1 and verse 4. Therefore, the law is slack.
Therefore, the what is like, this is how you know the Bible is talking about us. Okay, yes, sir. You got a flyer?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, read it again.
Therefore, the law is slack.
The Bible says that the law is slack. The law here is slack. How do you know it's slack? Because we standing on stolen ground.
Right.
And they still haven't been served justice.
Right.
They still not have been put behind bars or put underneath the jail where they belong. Because they came over here, raped, robbed, and pillaged this country.
Right.
That's how they got it. And then they held the natives as possessions, where they was able to do whatever they wanted to them. They was able to cut off their hands.
Keep preaching the truth.
No, we gonna preach the truth. We need y'all to listen and be able to preach with us.
That's right.
This ain't a job that we gonna do on our own.
Right.
We need men that's gonna rise up for God. But again, it sounds like a little lovely song. It sounds real good to our people. But they're not really ready to keep in the longevity of putting in that work. Go ahead, read it again.
Therefore, the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth.
You see that in judgment? Here we are, 11 years later, since Kendrick Johnson's been murdered,
Right.
and judgment does never go forth.
That's right.
It never goes forth. Why? Because we just read, we are in the land of our enemies.
Right.
We are in the land of the people that hate our guts.
Right.
Is there more than that?
Yes, sir.
Read on.
For the wicked doeth compass about the righteous.
So the wicked can pass about the righteous. The wicked do whatever they want. Give me Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 20. They walk all over all nothing. Come on, sister, come learn who you are. Come learn from the prophets on how to stick up for your people.
Wake up, Israel!
Go ahead.
No, you good.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and verse 20. Thy sons have fainted.
Thy sons have fainted. This is the problem that we're seeing in our communities. Our leaders have fainted. Go ahead.
They lie at the head of all the streets.
Go ahead. Jump down to verse 50. What's that? 23.
Verse 23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict them.
So because we don't want to keep God's laws, we were put in the hand of them that afflict us. Guess what? What happened to Kendrick Johnson is affliction. What happened to Sandra Bland is affliction. Rasheem Carter, Trayvon Martin, what's his name? Brown, Mike Brown, Gardner, Rasheem Gardner, Breonna Taylor. We have been put in the hand of all that afflict us. Go ahead.
Which have said to thy soul, bow down.
What did they say to us because they feel like we're their possession? Read that again.
Bow down.
They tell us to bow down. Die, nigga. Do whatever we shuck and jive, nigga. Go ahead.
That we may go over.
That we may walk all over you. That we may kill you. And we know that we got a daddy that's an FBI agent. And ain't no justice gonna come by. Ain't no justice gonna happen. He gonna make sure all the evidence disappear.
Right.
That's why I say wrong judgments continue to go forth. The law is slack here in America. The law is slack here in Valdosta.
Right.
And our people just drive by. It's over for them. The fight is over for them.
Right.
Go ahead.
And thou hast laid thy body as the ground.
And they have laid our body as the ground. They continue to step all over us like we nothing.
Right.
Come on over, brother. Come learn what we're talking about. Go back to that Habakkuk again. Go back to that Habakkuk.
Wake him
Habakkuk
up!
chapter 1, verse 4. How you doing, sir? Octavius. How you doing? I'm not showing. You heard about Kendrick Johnson?
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Mattathias. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
About Kendrick Johnson, you heard about that? How you feel about that? How old are you? 13. Okay. So you heard about it, but you was young. You was extremely young when it happened. Read this. Read that.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 1 and verse 4. Therefore, the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth.
So the law here in America, in Valdosta, is slack. Okay, our enemies continue to do whatever they want to us, and we never get no justice. Do you see that happening in our country, in our state, in Valdesa? Am I saying it right? How you say it? Valdesa? Okay. Does that happen here? But the Bible is speaking about a people that does these atrocities to us. But we got to realize this. Give me Psalms chapter 96 and verse 4. Oh, no. 94 verse 16. Who will rise up for me? We need brothers that's going to rise up for the word of God. All right, and realize who they are. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
So the Bible says, who's going to rise up for God against the evildoers? Who's going to rise up against the atrocities that's going on in our country, that's going on in our state, that's going on in our cities? Which one of us is going to rise up for God? Or when we continue to fall back and say, oh, that didn't happen to me. You know what I mean? I'm good. YOLO, we good over here. You know what I mean? That wasn't my brother, my sister. The problem is that we don't look at each other as brothers and sisters.
Right.
Okay, we need to look at it. Give me, is there more?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
We need to stand up against the workers of iniquity, okay? Right. The ones that do us harm, whether it's foreign or domestic. When I say that, whether it's the other nations or it's whether the evil against each other. Right. Okay, give me Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. What we need to learn to do is to come together in unity. Right. We got to learn how to build together. Right. Okay, for too long have we separated ourselves from each other. Okay, we got to learn how to come together. Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. Where was the So what we got to do is we got to learn to unify. We got to learn to gather together. Because guess what? The enemies of us, they gathered together. Right. That's why what happened with Kendrick Johnson, they were able to unify together in eradicating the evidence that we needed to push forth to get a guilty verdict. Right. Or to even get it to go to trial or go to court. Right. Or for anybody to even get arrested. Right. To this day, 11 years later, no one has even been convicted or arrested for this murder, for this atrocity, right, for this terrorism, for this tyranny that they have done to our people. Go ahead.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
You see what the Bible says? The Bible says that we, young man, we need to gather together. Okay, we need to gather together in the spirit of Christ. Learn who you are. Learn these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, learn what it really truly is to be a man. To really truly be a man doesn't mean to go and stick your thing in any little girl that's running around here. That's not what makes you a man. But being able to change your mindset unto the word of God, that's what makes you a man. To be able to have a wife and take care of your family, that's what makes you a man. To be able to take care of your nation and stand up for your people, that's what makes you a man. Go ahead.
Yea, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired.
We are that nation not desired. We are that nation that's out here getting killed and getting murdered, and wrong judgment continue to go forth. You understand that?
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.